Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you lovely, lovely people are tuned in to watch. This is Warren, aka Lighty Collects, coming at you with another new video. And a bit of a rant as well, I think we're going to have today. But what we'll do, we'll crack on with the video to begin with. And then we may have the rant a little bit later on in the video. So, what have we got first up? Well, keeping in line with where I've been going recently, we have another lovely of the Whitman albums, and this one is the Great British Pennies collection number 4, 1930 to 1966, and again, really nice condition folder. And let's just get you in a little bit closer there so we can see they're not bad conditions. I know, you know, there's so many of these pennies around, isn't there, that sometimes, you know, they are in quite shocking condition. I must admit, I've got some that are in very, very poor condition as well. But when you look at the sort of numbers that were being produced of this coin, it's understandable. And the ages, you know, we're talking getting on for 100 years old, aren't we? You know, so it's no wonder that some of them are a bit worse for wear. So here we have George V, 1910, 1936, 1930, 1931, 30 with a mintage of 29, just under 30 million, 1931, just under 20 million. Moving up, 1932, 8.2 million, 34, 13.9 million. The last two on this page, 35, 56 million, and 36, 154 million. Quite remarkable, really. And as we move across here, you have the obverse side here and here, and then we have 3 a page here. 37, 88 million, 38, 121 million, 1939, which would have been the outbreak of World War II, 55 million, 40, 42 million, again 42 million for 44, and the end of the war, 1945, 79 million. 1946, 68 million. 47, 52 million. And 1948, 63 million. And then a couple that I actually haven't got at the moment. 1949, 14 million. And you'll understand why I haven't got these ones. 1950, 240,000. 1951, 120,000. So they're the 2 key dates that I need still for this. Then you have a Type 1 obverse from 1953. Then a 1953 itself, which is a 1.3 million. Then moving down, 61, 48 million, 62, 157 million, 63, 119 million, oh, sorry, 64, 153 million, 65, 121 million, and 66, 157 million. So just the 4 that we're missing there, but unfortunately, that are 3 of the rarest ones, and then a 53 obverse But yeah, I mean, as I say, I've enjoyed going back over these old Whitman albums. They've been good fun doing them. I've got to be a bit careful with this next one, because the coins are actually quite loose in the folder. So I'm going to try to show you it as best as I can, and hope that they don't fall out. And this is the half pennies. We can see it from 1936 to 1952. So I'm not going to go through all of them like we were just doing with, you know, the full mintages, etc, etc. But you can see that we haven't done too badly on this one. So right the way from 1937, and this page finishes on 1952. And again, you can see some of them are in quite good condition. We haven't done too badly on that one, and they're, you know, let's say some aren't in bad condition. So we need a 1953 and a 53 obverse. This is obviously for Queen Elizabeth II by this point. We need a 1954 obverse. And then again, you know, at least with these two, they're not ridiculous mintages of the 100,000 like was the case with the pennies. So we, you know, that's not going to be such an issue, is it? But so moving on, and we have from 54 through to 1963 all completed on that page. So as I say, only 3 on there, and then it's complete on there, and that is just a few spares that are left over. So I've just got to be really careful with this one, because they do tend to come a little bit loose. But that's really nice. I'm really pleased with that and really happy with that. And same with the pennies, really happy with that. So if you have any that I need, drop us a line and we'll see if we can knock up some sort of trade or something like that for it. Now I'm just going to switch over to the computer for the rant, and we'll see you in a second. Hello and welcome to the final part of the video, and as I said, this one's going to be a bit of a whinge, a bit of a complaint. So, you know, as I'm sure everybody is aware, the Pride 50p was released June the 9th, which was it last Wednesday? Or Thursday. Last Thursday. So let's just have a quick butcher's at it on here. Product ranges, it tells you all here. The brilliant uncirculated, brilliant uncirculated colour, a limited edition print, then the piggy bank, the pied for gold pot proof, and the silver proof, which is obviously showing is no longer in stock, or no longer available. Limited edition of 4,000, although I believe that it could possibly go, I think it's 4,000 in this country, I think it was, and it could possibly go to a maximum, maximum of 4,955. Now, I don't know what on earth is going on with the mint of late, but it just seems to be one mess up after another, after another, after another. Now, bearing in mind, when they announced the Pride coin, They actually announced it about a week prior to it being released. Now, I've worked in manufacturing previously, and I've said this many, many times. Okay, mine background was music, compact discs. Now, if we were making a new item that was coming out, we would be bang on that, and come release date, we would have more than enough of those items to sell. That's the first point. Secondly, well, I just don't know. Let's tell you exactly where we are here then. So this was released on the 9th of June. Now we'll just pop across here to an order progress. You can see here, this is mine. Dispatching soon. In progress. Tracking not available. One item, 50 years of pride. 50p silver-proof coloured coin. Limited edition of 4,000. I've ordered one of them, £67.50. And I believe it was about £7 or £8 that you pay for. No, about £5 I think, because I think it came to, the total bill came to £72.50. Now, this is where I have to give the likes of Westminster and Coin Club and other companies credit. They don't take your money until they have assigned you an item and it is ready for dispatch. Now, Royal Mint have had my money since the 9th of June. Now, I ordered this at about, it doesn't show a time, but it was about 9:05, so about 5 minutes after it was released. As is always the fear with these, I would not be at all surprised if I get an email back that says, sorry, we've over allocated on these and you won't be getting one. That wouldn't surprise me in the least. It's happened many times with me, and I've, you know, as I say, I wouldn't be at all surprised if it happened again. So they've had £72.50 of mine. There's been absolutely no communication between them and myself to say, look, we're really sorry, we've been inundated with orders, which I don't believe for a second. You know, you knew you were going to sell out of that coin. So, in my opinion, you should have had the 4,000 sat there ready to be dispatched the following day. That is how I would have done it. But there's just, and this is what grates me. I think, rightly so, we build up companies and we give them praise and everything else when they go above and beyond to help us out, or they go above and beyond the usual customer services. But I think likewise we need to hold them to account when they fail us. And I feel that I've been failed here. We're now looking at, I mean, God, if you include the weekends, we're now looking at 5 days since it was released and no communication whatsoever. And all the time my money's sitting in their bank making them interest. Now, it might not be a lot of money to some people, but it is to me. £72.50 is a lot of money to me that could have been spent elsewhere. And it is seriously getting to the point with me. I've had a few discussions with Lou this week, and it's getting to the point now where it's almost making me want to give up collecting. I've spoken to Lou a couple of times over the weekend, whereby I've said, you know, I'm on the verge of selling my collection and stopping completely, because I can put up with the you know, £105 coins released a year. I can put up with 1 in 20 coins going into circulation. I can put up with all of that. I can even put up with ordering an item and not getting it for 10, 14 days. As long as there's been a communication with you to tell you that. You know? When there is absolutely no communication and you are just left there, and as I say, I don't know whether I've actually been allocated a coin here or whether they've oversold it again, which has happened to me in the past. It really leaves you with a sour taste in your mouth. And you have to remember this is supposed to be the Royal Mint, the number one company of its kind. I think they would probably say in the world, let alone just in the UK. So it you know, I understand £67.50 or £72.50 with the postage. To a company like the Royal Mint isn't a great deal. But I think unless you start to treat your customers in a better manner, you will see people disappearing from the collecting hobby, and that is a real shame, and it would be awful to see that happening. But as I say, you know, I'm getting that way myself now. I'm just, I don't know. There was a saying that springs to mind. I'm not going to say it because it actually involves quite a rude terminology, but so I'm not going to say it. But it's I think, okay, if I say the first part, you should be able to gauge the rest of it. You know, at least take my trousers off before you. Yeah, I think you can work out the rest. But that's just how it feels, and it's, you know, from what is supposed to be the premier company, I find it a real shame. And as I say, I feel so sorry about that. Why is that staying there? That's better. I feel considerably let down by them. And that's not something that I thought I would say. I'm somebody who has always praised the Mint. You know, we have their affiliate links on the website, but I don't know. Maybe it's time to look for another hobby. But anyway, that said, I know that no, not tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tuesday. So I know that I should have a new delivery on a Wednesday that I look forward to showing you. But until then, love and respect you all. Keep yourself safe, guys, and I'll see you soon.